Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya, if you're new. And today I'm really excited to be sharing with you my completed coloring pages for the month of September 2024. So I'm going to move this out and we'll get into it. Okay, so this month I do have quite a nice number of completed pages, and that is because I completed a lot of whips this month. So most of these pages I did not start this month. And I also used a lot of mediums other than pencil, and so those mediums make pages go quicker. So I didn't do that much pencil work this month, and that's why I have more pages, I feel like. Also, my wrist has been hurting, so I've been avoiding pencil work, especially towards the end of the month. But anyway, let's get into it. So the first page is actually a page that I did start this month and finish this month. But whenever I do alcohol marker with pencil on top, it goes really, really quickly. And this page was a lot of inspiration. It just kind of flowed and it just went really, really quickly. So I did this because this is a book that I've had for a while. I got it used. It's by Piccadilly Press. You can see, I think I paid either $4 or $5 for this. And I finally pulled it out because of the hashtag by my wonderful Instagram friend, Sabina, Sabi. And I think another colorist, I forgot what it was, but I'll put it in below. And she has a hashtag called Alice Down the Rabbit Hole. And I have an Alice in Wonderland coloring book collection, which I do have a video coming out soon. I already started filming it about my Alice in Wonderland coloring book collection. But I wanted to do one in here, and especially for that hashtag, because I love Alice in Wonderland. So let's see. I don't necessarily love the story, but like there's a lot of meaning behind it, and if you know, you know. So here is my page, and as you can see, I based it with alcohol marker, and I was okay with sacrificing the back because the back is just like little quotes from the story. So I feel like it's essentially single-sided, really. So I'm okay with that. And we'll see. I might do something with that later on. But for now, this is the front. And like I said, I based it with my alcohol markers, mostly my Ohuhu Honolulu series with a brush tip, which I love. And I put pencils on top. I covered a lot of the lines with paint pens, gel pens, a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I love how it came out. I do have a couple of little short videos about it, so I will include that in my coloring updates in the future. But yeah, I love the colors here that I chose. The background is like this green, it's like this yellowy green, the entire background you can see. And then on top, I went with blues, with blue pencils to kind of make it more of like a sky / greenery background. So this is one of my favorite pages this month, I think. It just went so quickly. So it's the White Rabbit. So I love that page in Alice in Wonderland. And this is by Piccadilly. If you want the ISBN. It's an older book. I think it's from 2016. But if you can find it used, or, you know, maybe a bookstore, used bookstore, or maybe it's on Amazon, I'm not sure. But good luck finding that if you are interested in that. The next book is Jagan, I think. I forgot how you pronounce it, by Holly Sanders. And I saw this book on Doodle Robot's channel a while ago. She has a flip through of this if you want to check it out. And I really loved it when she showed it. I thought it was really, really nice. And I have the other book, Mulgani, as well, which she showed earlier before this one. But the page, I started a couple of pages in here, but the page that I finished for this month is this one. And I had started it, I think, last month, actually. Now, this went relatively quickly because I used a lot of watercolor, my Prima watercolors. They look like this. Prima. It's also under Art Philosophy, I think is another name for them. And they're kind of like a gouache type of watercolor. They are my favorite. I have a video coming up on my watercolor collection, so I hope you will check that out soon. Should come out soon. But anyway, I used my Prima watercolors a lot on this, and so that kind of made it go quicker. I did put a little pencil on top. I did do a little shading with pencil. I covered a lot of the black lines with paint pens, acrylic paint pens, and acrylic paint markers. A lot of the Artex markers, actually. I left the black lines on the kangaroo because I felt like it looked nice with that. But yeah, and then I used a little bit of gold, the Artex gold brush markers here. I don't know if you can see the acrylic, the gold there. But I love how this page came out. Very, very colorful. And this book is really, really cool. Kind of looks like this. And I have a couple of whips going. I have this one going, which I base with watercolor. And I have, I started this one, which I actually did a little bit of alcohol marker and watercolors. No, I think this is actually some watercolor and some water-based markers in here. And I already put stickles and stuff. I just have to finish that page. So I didn't finish that, but my page, like I said, for this month is this one. The next book is Dreamland, Coloring Whimsical Worlds by Renata Krasik. One of my favorite illustrators. I love this book so much. And it took me a long time to get into it because I love the illustration so much. I was like not sure what I wanted to do and blah, blah, blah. But I finally started a couple of pages. This one I finished a while ago. But the page that I did this month is actually this one. And I have a color with me on this on my channel if you want to see the process of how I did this. But basically, I based it with alcohol marker, as you can see. A lot of it, not all of it, not the background. And I use Neocolor 2s, pencils, my neon pencils, gel pens, acrylic paint pens, and all that kind of stuff. And this one I believe I did last month, which I also really, really love. But that one is for this month, and I look forward. I really want to do more in this book, so hopefully I need to finish this one because I started this last winter. I wanted it to be like a winter page because she has a scarf. So hopefully I will work on that soon and kind of get that going. The next book is Coloreanding Life. A lot of you asked me about this. There is an Instagram called Coloreanding. These are mainly sold in Mexico and Argentina, from what I understand. Now, I contacted the wonderful lady that runs the Instagram. I think it's her company. And I wanted to buy some from her, but it's a little challenging to transfer money because it's different accounts, you know. So, I don't know. I hope I can make that work out. But anyway, so it's by Malacara and Gail. I got this a long time ago on Book Depository. And I really, really miss Book Depository. I am so sad that it closed because that was how you were able to get books from all over the world. And it's really sad that it's gone. But anyway, this is my avatar on YouTube and Instagram. But this is the page that I did this month. I actually showed the background how I did it in my oil pastel video. If you want to check that out, I have a video called Oil Pastels, How to Use Oil Pastels in Coloring Books. So I did that there, and so I just decided to finish up the page, and I used a lot of alcohol markers for the center here. And I love how it came out. I used some pencils, watercolor pencils. I covered a lot of the lines with gel pens, paint pens, the Artex acrylic brush markers and stuff like that. So that is also one of my favorite pages. I love how it kind of came out. It's like a little snow globe. Oh, you know what? I can see here that I would like to cover up these lines. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I just covered it up. Sometimes when I do these videos, I like forget. I noticed that there's some things that I didn't finish. So I just use my Artex markers, the gold here, just to cover up those lines. And I think that looks way better. But yeah, that's one of my favorite pages for sure. Also this month, I love that one. Okay, I just realized that I forgot to put my background. So I apologize. I know I promised you wouldn't see my yucky desk anymore, but I forgot to put it. I do have some more videos coming out that are older that won't have this background, so I apologize. But at least I remembered halfway through the video. Okay, so the next book is Shooting Star, and this is actually a page that I forgot to show in my last month's video. I completely forgot to put it in, but I did finish it in August. So I'm going to show it to you. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so this is the page. Let me just go in a little bit closer. Actually, this is one of my favorite pages also, and I did this basically mostly entirely with Artex pencils and the 126 set. And I really regret that I didn't film this because it was so easy to do. But anyway, and then I used acrylic paint pens and gel pens to cover the lines. But pretty much everything is the Artex pencils, and they work really nicely on this paper. I love this paper. So I started with the sun. So I did the sun, and then I did the light. So I added like the yellow and the orangey kind of colors on whatever the light was touching. So it kind of touches this part of the tree. See how this part of the branch is lighter than this part? Because this part is facing the light. And the bottom of the tree is facing the light. So that is going to have the lighter, like the yellowy colors. So I kind of tried to create that effect. I think I could have done a little bit more here, a little bit more yellow, but I really like how it came out. It was a lot of fun to do, and it is one of my favorite pages. So I really love this book, and I'm working on a color with me in here. Hopefully that'll come out soon. So that is Shooting Star. The next book is called The Explorer's Journey by David Haben. And the page that I did is this one. And I used some new granulating watercolors. These are watercolors by Gansey Tam. And these are like the swatches. If you have not heard of them, they're absolutely gorgeous. So I used the, I believe, Aurora Pink, this color, I believe. Or maybe it was this. Gosh, I don't, maybe it was this actually. Aurora Red on these sections here. And I used some other watercolors and pencils on the hills here. And then I used my White Nights for the blue. This blue are the White Nights watercolors. And I used a little bit of watercolor and pencil on top there too, and also for the clouds. So I really love how this came out. And I used some white acrylic marker for the little stars. So that is definitely a page that I really, really like as well. Okay, so the next book is Magic Dreamland. And this book I also saw on Doodle Robot's channel. And she had a group color along for a while in this. I don't know if it's still going on, but somebody asked me about this, and I found some copies on Amazon US. So if you're interested, I hope they're still available. So, because for a while, this was not available anywhere, but you never know. Sometimes these copies just come back, so you got to keep checking. Anyway, my page in here is, and the paper in here is really, really cool. I love this color. Reminds me of Enchanted Forest. It's kind of like that paper. But the page that I did, it's actually my first page in this book, is this one. And it is the sun and the moon and the clouds. So I showed this a little bit in my one of my videos on acrylic markers. Maybe I have another one too. I don't remember, but I showed this in a couple of videos. So basically, I used some Calero paint. You could see the iridescent paint here. And I used some pencils. These are my watercolor pencils, my super colors. The background is acrylic marker. And I did like dots with the Artex acrylic metallic markers. Like there's some metallic colors in the, so I used the metallic ones to kind of do those dots. And Neocolor 2 I used, and gel pens to cover the lines and acrylic markers to cover the lines. So I love that. It says here, Books and a Journey into Dreams. This is like the opening of the book. It's the first illustration. And then she put a similar illustration in the back. So here the sun is smiling. It's a little bit different, but I I think I'll do this one a little bit differently for fun, but this is what I did this month. And I do love how it came out. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really, really happy that I finally finished it. So, yeah, there's a little bit, I can kind of see a little bit of ghosting, but nothing too bad. The paper is pretty decent in here, so. And then in the clouds, I forgot to say, I use my my super colors, watercolor pencils, to add like pastel colors in the cloud itself. I used a little bit of blue, pink, and yellow in the clouds, if you can kind of see. So, and a lot of acrylic marker, like I said. So that is that page. I love that one. The next book is by Peggy Nill, Le Pays de Merveille, means Wonderland. And I saw this originally on Lucy Just Adds Color and in one of her hauls, and I really fell in love with it. So, and me and Kay, Coloring with Kay, did a buddy color last month in this. And it was this one. But this month, I finished another page that I had started. It's this one. So this is the page that I completed for this month. And the background is oil pastels. The tablecloth here is acrylic markers, the Artex markers. I used some Calero watercolors in here. I think more acrylic markers in here. Pencils, my Artex pencils are in here. And a lot of gel pens and acrylic paint pens. So, if you can see all the shiny elements in here. So it's like a little music box with musical instruments and a little singer, like ballerina type of thing coming out of the music box. I used some gold, Calero gold, for the gold elements, and you can shade on top of the pearlescent watercolor. So just because you put a pearlescent watercolor down doesn't mean you can't shade on top. So I did put pencil on top of that, if you can kind of see. So yeah, I love how that one came out. That one is Le Pays de Merveille, and that's my second page in there, so I'm really excited about that. Beautiful book. My next book is by Angelica Scudamore, Garden Enchantments. And I am using this as my entire book with hashtag. But I want to mention that the hashtag doesn't mean you have to use this book. You can use any book where you just color whatever you want in the book and you're not worried. You just go through the book and color whatever you want, and you're not worried about finishing necessarily every single page, like all the time, you know, at a given moment. So you can use any book. This is the book that I'm using, but I will do it in more books. But I have a buddy color in. I had a buddy color this month in here with the wonderful Coloring with Kay and Connie from Coloring Chemist. She suggested we do a buddy color in here, and I had a lot of fun with it because I love those two ladies. Here it is. This is my buddy color with the ladies, and we chose this page. I noticed that Kay liked this page when she was flipping through it, and Connie had already done a lot of pages. So I asked her if she had done this one. She said no. So we chose this page, and I love it. It was a lot of fun. I used acrylic markers, water-based markers, watercolors, gel pens to cover the lines, paint pens to cover the lines, and pencil on top of the water-based markers just to add some shading. So it was a lot of fun. And I love that I tried to add some yellows and oranges for like the fall vibes. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. This book is just really easy, very inviting, very fun. So now I'm going to show the ladies' pictures. Here's Connie's picture, Coloring Chemist. I think it came out beautiful. Love the colors she chose, very autumnal. And I love all the shading she did there with the black. It's beautiful. And here is Coloring with Kay's page. I absolutely love also how it came out. Beautiful autumnal colors as well. And I think it's really cool how we all kind of chose similar colors, but the pages are all different. So thank you, ladies, so much for the buddy color. I had a blast. Thank you, Connie, for suggesting it, and I hope we can do it again in the future. It was a lot of fun. And I love those two ladies very, very much. The next page is out of this book by Paul Brune. And thank you to whoever told me it's a lady. I didn't know it was a girl. So this book is called Amazon. And I saw this originally on Shell's Coloring Journey a long time ago. Thought it was beautiful. I like also the other books by her, but this is the only one I have at the moment. And I purchased it on Lyrica. They have a free shipping to the United States. It's all part of the package, so it's a pretty reasonable price. And I did my first page in here. It's beautiful. Can't wait to do more in here. But I did this page, and it's little ducks in like a marsh, stream of water, pond. And I did the background here with oil pastels, and the water I did with Neocolors, and then I added pencil on top. The rest is Inktense pencils and watercolor pencils, my super colors. So that is what I used in here. I did add a little bit of white paint pen here and silver paint marker. But I did add a little bit of, actually right here, I think it's some Artex pencils in here. But mostly it's Inktense and watercolor pencils. So yeah, I love how that one came out. And it was a lot of fun. This book is very, very inviting because it has a lot of leaves. And my favorite thing to color is leaves. So leaves and trees. So this has a very tropical vibe, and I love it. So I actually started this page in the summer, and finally I finished it. So I really want to do more in here. It's a stunning book. Okay, so the next page is from Seasons by Hannah Carlson. And I did this page as part of a group Buddy Color on Instagram hosted by Doodle Robot. And I was in the group from the beginning. It was a different book, and then it changed to Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. And then they changed to this book, Seasons. And I purchased the book used just so I can participate in the Buddy Color. But I think Doodle Robot said that it's going to be a Hannah Carlson Buddy Color in the future. That's how she names it for now. So we'll see what happens. But let me show you my page. So the group picked this page and with the foxes, and I originally didn't like it. It's not something that I would pick, but I thought it would be fun to challenge myself, and I did want to participate in the group Buddy Color. Challenge myself to color a page that I normally wouldn't pick, and this is a book that I wouldn't even pick. So that's what I like about the Buddy Colors, is that it kind of pushes you outside of your comfort zone and challenges you to try something new. So I actually did enjoy the page, even though I don't love this illustration. I enjoyed doing it. It was a really nice challenge. I showed part of it on my coloring update episode, but I used quite a bit of Caliro watercolors for the jewels, and I covered quite a bit of black lines. I used some acrylic markers, pencils. I based a lot with watercolor, and I even put a little oil pastel on top here and there. So I did enjoy it. It was a mixed media project, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'll try to put some photos of the other pages that the ladies did as much as I can get from Instagram. So I'll insert that right here. So thank you, wonderful ladies, for the Buddy Color. I had a blast, and it was really, really fun to see all of your beautiful pages. And I look forward to the next one. So that is Seasons. The next book is Mulgani, a First Nations coloring book by Emma Hollingsworth. And like I said at the previous book, Jagun, I saw this on Doodle Robot's channel. And this is one of actually my favorite pages this month. Where is it? Here it is. So I based the entire background with watercolor, my Rosa watercolors. And then I went on top with these little circles with acrylic markers and Caliro watercolors. I used a lot of gel pens and paint pens to cover the lines. So it's a mixed media type of page. But a lot of watercolors and acrylic markers basically in here. That's the majority. I did put some Coliro for the frame, and the paper took it really well. So love that. Love that page. That was a lot of fun to do. That's in Mulgani. That's my second page in here. My first page was last month, I believe, that one. These books are so much fun. I am loving them. Okay, the next book, Cats. I purchased this book recently, used. I think I got it for $5, I believe. I got it on eBay. So it was secondhand, but there weren't any colored pages in it. So I have started a couple of pages, and when I saw this book, I'm not a big cat person, but the illustration style is so cool, and it's an older book. And I realized, oh my God, this is perfect for water-based markers. And water-based, it's a very smooth paper. So water-based markers work beautifully on this paper. This is a whip that I'm working on, but this is the page that I did this month. And I used a watercolor for the background, Neocolor 2 for the blue background. And then I used my neon pencils, the blue and the orange for the middle. I think even some pink. And then I use water-based markers for the cats, and all the stripes are with acrylic, the Artix acrylic brush markers. So, and I cover the lines with those as well. So I did a little bit of shading on top of the water-based marker for the cats, but not too much. But yeah, I love how it came out. It was a lot of fun to do. Very, very just a crazy, fun, easy page, you know. Nothing too complicated really here. So, but it was a lot of fun to do. So, and I do look forward to just doing crazy stuff in here because it's just a crazy book. Like the cats look kind of crazy, and they're very big, so you can do like some fun stuff with like mixed media. So that's why I wanted to get this book. And this book originally was published by Hachette in a smaller version, in the French version, but the English version is larger, and I like that. I like books to be bigger. So that's that book. The next book is a book that I got in Little Tokyo when I went there for Mother's Day. So this is one of my Mother's Day books, and I finished this page. I use watercolor pencils in the background and also acrylic marker and acrylic paint pen. And I use some gel pens in here and markers, water-based markers. This was just a fun, easy page, you know. It's a very small book. So I do want to use my watercolor pencils in here. This is very good paper. So hopefully soon. So that is in, and this one's called Small and Adorable Coloring Pages of the Four Seasons by Yoko Ganaha. And I have a flip through of this book on my channel if you're interested. The next page is from this book, Chinchilla Who Takes a Selfie by Olga Golovishkina. And she's calling it an art book for inspiration and coloring. I have a flip through of this on my channel. But the page that I did for this month is this one right here. And I based it entirely with alcohol marker. And I went on top with pencils. I covered some lines with gel pens and acrylic paint markers. I used some fine liners in here. And the gold is Coliro watercolors. And also the cell phone here is with my Coliro pearlescent watercolors. You can see the shiny there. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. Just pretty easy coloring. Whenever I do the markers, the alcohol markers and pencil on top, it just goes really quickly. And it's perfect for this kind of paper, the Amazon paper. So that is, and I do have a flip through of this on my channel. I don't know if I mentioned. The next book is Inspired Coloring Nature. And this is a Shutterstocky type of book that I got ages and ages ago, a long time ago from the dollar store, believe it or not. And I have some completed pages in here that I did with oil pastel. I showed this in my oil pastel video. So I have this page where I started it with watercolor and then I ended up using oil pastels to finish it up. I do have a little bit of acrylic marker as well and some paint, but mostly it's oil pastel. And these are like, I think, sakura blossoms. So I love how that one came out. And then I also have, let me see where it is. Nope, I have some fruits in here. This book is great. This is like my experimental book. But I have some fruits in here. Oh, here it is. I also did these 2 fruit pages with oil pastels. The pears and the peaches. So I had a lot of fun doing it, and it felt like a big painting, basically. So that is my completed page for here. And I did show this in my one of my oil pastel videos where I talk about these oil pastels, the Quelax. And but I don't if you're looking for one set to purchase for backgrounds and like coloring books, my main recommendation, my number 1 recommendation is this Mungyo Gallery. I have the 48 set, but whatever set you can afford or want, these are the best that I've tried so far for backgrounds that you like use your finger and stuff like that. So I love these, but I did use these in my video. They have incredible colors. I use them on this. And I would say if you like to make your own oil pastel paintings, these are pretty good. But for coloring books, I wouldn't say they're ideal. So those are my pages in here, Inspired Coloring Nature. So that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it inspiring. I apologize that I added the nicer background later on in the video. I totally forgot. But I hope you enjoy your coloring this month, and don't forget to keep practicing. Practice makes perfect, so just keep coloring, experiment, try new things, have fun with it, and you're going to get better and better and better with time, I promise. And I will show you one day like some of my old pages, like when I first started coloring, and you'll see how bad they are. So hopefully that'll give you encouragement. But anyway, have a wonderful month and week of coloring, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.